Hello, Foster.
Hey, Alexia, what's up?
What's up? Nothing. Not much.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Cool. So yesterday we were answering some of the questions that you guys asked and comments that you guys made on Instagram.
Yes.
And I'm always very impressed by the quality of these questions. Yeah.
Yeah, they were really into this because sometimes it's a it's a huge bummer. No, it's a bummer that no one answers me sometimes. And this one, it was impressive.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's dive straight in. Alexia is going to talk about the questions and we will try to give some intelligent and helpful responses.
Yes. So I asked, have you ever tried to read a whole book in English? And 41% said no. So we are going to finish answering the comments that you guys left on Instagram for us.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yes. So the question is here. The comment is, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. That's it.
Okay.
She's scary of starting to read in English.
She's scared.
She's scared. Sorry.
So just a clarification, two clarifications here. First, Alexia said she's scary. So a situation is scary, right? Mm-hmm. It was a scary movie. But to be scared is an emotion. So you could say she's scared or she's afraid. Exactly the way that she said it. Secondly, the question is, have you ever tried to read a book in English, right? And her response was, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Okay. Você já tentou ler livro em inglês?
Eu tenho
medo. That is very valid and I think very common.
Yes, because, we don't want to start new things. We are really okay with what we have. So why are we starting new things that we don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to be, and maybe I'm going to fail? That's exactly how everyone thinks when you have to start something new.
Yeah. So I think I have a couple of different approaches to this question and answer. First, I think the most natural question is really try to be honest about what you are afraid of. Are you afraid that it is going to be too difficult? Is it going to take you too much time? Are you afraid of failing, of trying to read and not understanding? There are a lot of different things to be afraid of, but I think it really helps if you clarify in your head, okay, why is this scary to me? And when you do that, then you can really start making progress to make it less scary.
Yes, and I think it's all about the strategies as well. If you have a strategy, you won't fail. It will take time, of course. You have to get used to it. It's something new, but you won't fail. That's for sure. And this we teach during our book club challenge of this month.
Absolutely. I think this is kind of what this question is talking about. I think a lot of people just feel lost. And if you don't have a game plan, then things are really scary. Yeah. If you're lost, it's scary not knowing what's going to happen. So we break things down in the most simple, easiest step-by-step process. So you don't have to feel lost. We do all the work for you. All you have to do is participate and learn and improve.
Exactly. And another girl, she answered this. I gave up because it was British English. And I was kind of confused with the vocabulary, which is fair enough. Of course, you are confused with that. Of course.
I think that is incredibly fair, and I think that's a good thing. So this is kind of a nerdy thing, but there's this idea, a logical fallacy called the sunk cost fallacy. Do you understand this, Alexia?
No, not at all.
Okay, so do you understand the word or the phrase sunk cost?
No.
So when a ship sinks, afundar, né?
Mm-hmm. So So sunk is the past of sink.
Yeah, sink, sunk. So basically, investimento afundado. So if you are reading a book, you are investing a lot of time and energy, maybe money into this process, and you don't want to stop because you've already invested all of this time and energy. Does this make sense?
Yes.
But I think that more people should stop reading a book. If you start reading and you recognize, okay, this is British English, I want to learn American English, or I thought I was going to like this book and I don't, stop reading and choose another book.
We talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
During the challenge about this, like where your energy should be focused on.
Yeah, your energy.
Energy, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And another answer that I have here is: era livro com uma linguagem antiga, então tinha que ler com dicionário e eu acabei cansando. So here I would like to make a point because you have to understand why you're reading this book. If it's only to have fun, like read before going to bed and not thinking that much about it, or if you're gonna use that as a study material. Because if you choose a book right now, if I choose a book right now with Old English language, I will have a lot of trouble reading that, of course. And Foster, if he starts reading Machado de Assis, for example, you have a lot of trouble with that. So I won't read this book before bed. I won't read that to have fun. I will read that as a study material, and I will have a lot of time to look for the words and understand what it's saying. So, of course, you get tired with that, but you have to understand why you're reading that.
Totally agree with that. And to be honest, for example, right now we're in Portugal, and not too long ago, I tried to read a book by José Saramago in Portuguese, and I hated it.
European Portuguese?
Yeah, but I did, it was just too hard for me. So, you know what I did? I found the translation in English. I read it in English, and it was awesome.
And then, nowadays, you can read.
Nowadays, I could. I still haven't because I choose to read easier things in Portuguese because even though I've already read the book in English, José Saramago, that's difficult.
It's difficult even for us.
It's too difficult for me.
Yes, it's difficult for us with Old Portuguese or European Portuguese. Sometimes it's difficult. So imagine when you are reading a language that is not your native language. Of course, it will be difficult, but we give you, of course, tips and how to do that as well during the book club. And I think that after you understand why and how to do it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I really cannot stress the importance of what you choose to read is incredibly important. Because a lot of people say, if I'm reading Shakespeare, it has to be in English because they really want to enjoy the beauty of the original text in the original language. And to be honest, if you are a PhD in English literature, that's totally fair.
Of course.
For everyone else, translations are pretty good for the most part. Translators work very, very hard.
Yes.
They do not get paid enough for the difficult work that they do.
It's a shame.
So, in all honesty, most people are trying to read things that are too difficult.
Yes.
Most of the time.
And the last answer from this topic that I wanted to talk about is because I think my English is not enough. So I think that this answer is almost everyone's answer who said no on the topic of this question.
Yeah.
So everyone is so scared about not being able to finish something or to fail that you already think that you're not good enough to do that. And you only know if you're good enough or not, or if you're going to get better at this or not if you start.
Yeah. So Do you want my honest response to this question?
Yeah, as always.
Learning a new language is just a constant process of feeling like you are not enough. It is a constant series of failures. Why do you think we say lose well at the end of every episode? Because you are going to lose every single day.
Hey, Chris. We love you.
Learning a new language is super hard. It's an incredibly difficult task. But when you are reading a book, this is a great chance for you to feel like you're not enough. Because if you are having a conversation with someone, that can be really difficult to not have the ability to express yourself in real time, speaking to real people. Reading is an excellent way, especially for people that are shy or introverted, to really train and improve their English in a way that is not so public, you know?
Yes, and that's why we call challenge. That's why we call like the challenge of the month is our book club. It's not having fun with a book club. No, it's a challenge. So if you are up to it, if you really, really want to do it with an easy way and having fun while you're learning how to read in English, you should go ahead and be part of it. And I had to say that sometimes when I'm reading in English, which I'm doing right now, there are some paragraphs that I have to go back and read it like 3 times to really understand what it's written there. And with other books, just like my friend Anna that I talked about it here a while ago, it was so easy to read, and I felt so good. So it depends on the author, it depends on you, it depends on your mood, and it depends on what you're reading. So you had to be prepared for anything to read. I mean, when you are reading the news on the internet, the manchete, how do you say that?
The headline?
The headline. It's one of the most difficult things to understand that sometimes, because the words are not connected to each other sometimes, because they had to put like a small amount of words there that makes sense, but sometimes for us it doesn't. So you had to be able to understand that and to read. It's not only books, it's everything.
Yeah. So what's your big point here?
My big point is it's a challenge. It's not going to be
Agreed.
easy, but at the same time is a thing for your life. It's forever. So once you fix that, you'll be able to read anything.
Yeah. Reading's hard. Learning a language is hard. This is not easy stuff. That's why we call it a challenge. And the sooner you begin to experience that, the easier it will be for you. And that is just something you have to learn by doing. Alexia, I think that is a good place to stop for today. If you're interested in the book club, it is still open for a couple more days. We would love to have you participate. Anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Cool. We will see you guys tomorrow. As always, keep up the good fight.
And lose well. Bye.